Hi everyone, I'm Miranda Jordan-Smith and I manage operations here at the Edmonton Humane Society. Welcome to our January 2014 podcast, coming to you from our beautiful shelter in Northwest Edmonton. Coming up on this month's show, our spokesperson of 5 years moves on. Shawna Randolph has taken a job with CTV to host Alberta Primetime. We hear one more time from her as she shares her beloved EHS memories. Also coming up, why animal transfers between us and counterpart organizations are so important, and a success story visit from a former EHS dog who saved his owner's life. But first, the hot topic of this month, concerns over pets left in the cold. Our Animal Protection Department is often swamped this time of year with calls from people worried about animals outside. Here's a chat I recently had with the head of the Animal Protection Department. Officer Taylor, this is a busy time of year for you. What can people do to take care of their animals properly?
Well, we're seeing a lot of calls about animals being left outside with improper shelter or without shelter at all. So this is really a time to start beefing up your shelter, making sure that you do actually have a shelter provided for your animals or bringing them indoors.
Right, and what do people need to know about adequate shelter?
It's really important that you take a look at the animal that you have and make sure that the shelter is appropriate for that specific animal. So, there's a lot of dogs that are well suited to be outdoors, but they do need insulation in the shelter as well. They need a warm place to go where they can get their paws off of the cold, stay warm and dry. So that might depend on what kind of animal you have. It might be a short-haired animal that doesn't need probably shouldn't be outside at all, and then it might be, a Malamute or a Husky that doesn't need quite so much insulation in the shelter. So you need to take a look and ensure it's adequate, making sure that they're warm.
Right. And what sort of misconceptions are out there in terms of animal care?
I guess
in wintertime in particular.
Yeah, that they do okay. A lot of time we come in out of the cold and we blast the heat and warm up really quickly. And one of the misconceptions is, that the animals are doing okay outside and that they can kind of make do with what they have, but they don't have the ability to go indoors and blast the heat and get in a hot bath. So that's certainly a concern that we have. We tend to forget that they get quite cold outside.
And really, what do people need to keep in mind when they're dealing with an outdoor animal enclosure?
Well, you want to make sure that it's an insulated shelter, so something that's taken off the ground a little bit, perhaps something that has some straw or some hay inside. Double-walled is good, and if you have the ability to provide some kind of heat inside the shelter, obviously something safe that's not going to catch fire. We do see that too. But something that can warm up the shelter, that would be definitely very helpful for your animal.
And what should people do if they get animal care concerns to the forefront of their minds?
Well, if you're seeing an animal that you're concerned about, the best thing to do is to give us a call, discuss the concern. We can certainly go over what is required by an owner, and then if you choose to make a complaint with us, we can certainly have an officer dispatched out to follow up. So best thing to do is to give us a shout at our animal protection line.
Okay, and what is that number?
780-491-3517, and we do have officers in Monday through Saturday.
Great, thank you, Officer Taylor.
Thank you.
You can also report an animal that you may be concerned about to our animal protection officers by going online to our website at edmontonhumanesociety.com. And now, she's been with us for half a decade, and now we have to say goodbye. Shawna Randolph is moving on from being the Edmonton Humane Society spokesperson. She has warmly educated many about what we do here. Let's hear from Shawna one more time as she shares her most memorable EHS memories with us.
Right now, I'm going to give you a look back at my fondest memories over the 5 years that I have been Media Relations Coordinator and spokesperson for the Edmonton Humane Society. These are those that have truly, truly touched my heart, and I really, really want to share them with you now. I joined the EHS back in September of 2008, and just a few months later, I witnessed the most horrible example of cruelty caused by greed. This is the video I captured and gave to the media to let everyone know about Edmonton's so-called puppy mill house. 42 animals found living in deplorable conditions, 32 dogs and 10 cats bred continuously in these conditions without the owner caring about their welfare. Many females had infections in their uterus. Almost all the animals had severe dental issues, and many also with urine burns on their feet from living in their own waste. I'll never forget the stench in the home, the terrified animals, but thankfully, each one was adopted into loving homes after being treated. I'm proud to say that I lived the move in May of 2009 from the EHS's old shelter, which used to be at 66th Street and Yellowhead Trail. I worked out of there for 8 months before the big move into the new, beautiful building we're at now. It's a truly amazing facility, and it was great to let the community know about the big move and all of our new programs that we've been able to add to the public because of that. The Caden story, which ended with such happiness despite the cruelty this adorable dog faced as a puppy at the hands of his owner. I was so elated to watch his owner be taken away in handcuffs from the courtroom after being sentenced to jail. I recorded these images of Caden when he first came into the shelter, but also recorded these several months later, rehabilitated. This ending is one of my happiest memories. And a few other really, really happy endings to stories about animals with amazing drives to survive. Valentina, the black beauty who came to us after nearly starving to death when her former owners accidentally left her in an apartment suite when they moved out. They thought she had escaped and couldn't find her in there. She was rehabilitated and is living as a queen in her forever home. And Esperanza, that beautiful stray mother who, despite suffering a severe leg injury, was devoted to caring for and protecting her litter of pups and a kitten that she also took in to nurse. That story a few years ago touched people as far away as in Australia. And, well, my memories aren't just all to do with the big stories that I've shared with you through the local media. They're also about the many wonderful staff members and volunteers here, with so many smiles to give always, and the thousands of animals who I've met, especially all the cats, mainly the male Siamese crosses that I fell in love with again and again and again, and hounded my husband for permission to take them home again and again and again. Luckily, though, my perseverance paid off because I was able to add Yoda and Boba into my family. Him naming them was a factor of being able to bring them home, and they are truly, truly lovely pets. This is extremely difficult to wrap up and say goodbye. I thought it would be easier. It's not. I'm still going to be lingering the halls here, though, at the Edmonton Humane Society. I can't stay away. I'm going to be a volunteer cat cuddler, and I've also put in an application to become a board member on the board of directors. So we'll see how all that works out, but I will be around definitely. And I want to thank all of you for your well wishes over the last few weeks, your support, and for everybody who does support the Edmonton Humane Society. What a truly wonderful organization. Please give a warm welcome to the person that will be taking over this role when that would be announced, whenever that does happen. This is Shawna Randolph, spokesperson, last time, for the Edmonton Humane Society. Take care.
If we had a food item that we could put right here, he would, oh, okay.
Everybody should have a shelter dog. It's good for the soul.
I mean, we have 4 adopted dogs.
We're kind of a natural, really. I've just found that all 4 of these dogs have the sweetest personalities.
Riley and Jake, the older dogs, are the family dogs. They're the dogs that I grew up with. Riley, part of just always needing to be pet, she will like paw your leg.
Yes. Riley has been a calming influence on Jake. The two of them have sort of taken on each other's personalities.
My second year of college, I begged to get a dog. So then I got Rue. Then I really wanted another dog. Echo, come here. Echo is, even though food seems to get him sick often, he's food crazy, so he can catch food in his mouth.
Well, who can't do that, though?
No, that's disgusting. Rue is the most complicated of all the dogs, and Rue's just like a little baby. Like she's always with me. She sleeps with me, she does everything. Right, Rue?
Yes, we've got the dogs. We've got dogs for you. All 4 of our dogs have been absolute gems. Why would you want to do anything else but rescue a pet this way? I don't think you would.
Wait, 1, 2, 3.
There are amazing shelter pets ready to meet you.
That was so cheesy.
Yeah, that's what we want.
The Edmonton Humane Society. There's a pet for everyone.
I think one of the things I really like about the Shelter Pet Project is the idea of a forever home is real. Tucker, he was a crazy little furball, tiniest little thing. He was cross-eyed, and we fell in love. Miso, she's our little girl cat. She knows her name, and so she'll come when you call, and she's just this really sort of poised young lady. Thomas, he was just this big, orange, beautiful cat.
Thomas is kind of an old soul.
They're perfect. It sort of rounds out our whole idea of family with these guys. They completely transformed our lives. So you have like a really long day, or you have like a crummy day, and then you come home and you've got the cats that know nothing about it, frankly, and just want to enjoy your time. And there's just, I don't know, there's just something about knowing that something you saved is also sort of saving your day. I think every shelter pet requires a certain level of intention. That was the cool thing about the Humane Society, because I felt like we had to gain their trust a little bit too in all the right ways. I mean, they really wanted to know about us and our living situation. They wanted to know what we were looking for in a cat, and it wasn't simply from the standpoint that they were trying to sort of sell us a cat.
It's definitely a mission for them to make sure that the animals are well loved, and actually it's not them just making sure that they're getting cats out into the world, to make sure that they are placed with a family that fits them and can take care of them the way that they need to. The Shelter Pet Project is giving a voice to a population who doesn't have one. Everyone wants their place, and these pets are just looking for the same thing.
There are thousands of amazing shelter pets waiting to meet you. Meet yours at theshelterpetproject.org.
Real men love football. Real men love power tools. Real men love trucks.
Real men love cats. Cats can bring even the most masculine guy some tenderness. The Edmonton Humane Society. There's a pet for everyone. The Edmonton Humane Society. There's a pet for everyone.
And now, as part of our monthly success story section, a visit from a former EHS shelter dog who saved his owner's life. Welcome Mocha and his parents, Brenda and George Davidson. Welcome, you three.
Hi.
So, tell us about how Mocha saved your life.
Well, he came home, went down to exercise. I started to cook supper, and Mocha started barking weird, like different, and standing at the top of the stairs. So I was going to boot her outside, and I got to where she was, and there was my husband on the floor.
What did you do?
Ran downstairs, did some CPR, did 911, and then went back and did some more CPR, and then the EMS guys got there, and they took over, and me and Mocha went upstairs, and yeah.
So Mocha's a hero then?
She is, because otherwise we wouldn't have found George for 45 minutes.
Right.
So,
When did you adopt Mocha from the EHS?
2 years ago, January 1st.
Yeah. Why did you pick Mocha?
She was supposed to be Corgi Shih Tzu cross. We wanted a small dog.
Yeah. She looks a little different, but
Yeah,
that's okay.
she grew into something a little more than a lap dog.
Yeah. So, any thoughts about why people should adopt from the EHS?
Because they're just awesome dogs. This is our second dog from, and they're just good dogs, and
Well,
you
Mocha's
guys do good screening. And
Yeah, Mocha's very special for sure. Any other thoughts? Anything you wanted to add?
no, just support the Humane Society and get shelter dogs, because they're awesome.
Awesome. Thank you three.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
And now, transferring animals among counterpart organizations. We regularly transfer in dogs from other shelters who are maxed out with that type of animal. But it's rare for us to send out cats. That was the case recently. Here's our former spokesperson, Shawna Randolph, with that story.
Adorable kittens were loaded up and flown up to the Northwest Territories SPCA on November the 25th. 2 litters, Shuey, Chewy, Bluey, and George, Henry, and Zuzu. This came about after the folks up north called us asking for kittens. Unusual, since we usually take dogs from them, being that they often have too many of them to care for.
I mean, we send out a lot of puppies and dogs down south to rescues and shelters, into foster homes, because we have so many coming in all the time. So we figured we can start helping out by getting litters sent here, because we also get a lot of people coming in looking for kittens.
And the folks at the Northwest Territories SPCA were confident that the kittens will be adopted very quickly.
The airport people there in cargo all had them out, and they were holding them and carrying them around when they got there. One of them actually went into a home already by one of our employees. She fell in love right away.
This type of partnership among humane societies and SPCAs is vital to help manage large numbers of homeless animals, whether it be an abundance of felines, often the case here, or many dogs to care for up north.
We're very excited that we're able to do that. It brings the people into our shelter as well, because people want to see kittens.
We partnered with the Fort McMurray SPCA this past week to help each of us relieve some pressure on the number of certain types of homeless animals in our care. For us, it was cats. For them, dogs. We agreed to swap. 10 cats up there for 4 dogs coming down here. Regular EHS volunteer Donna Davies gave her time to make the trip up to Fort McMurray on Saturday. She doesn't know anyone there and wasn't planning to go, but
I had time and I have a big vehicle and we're overflowing. So if they can go somewhere where they can have a better chance of getting adopted, that's great.
She loaded up 10 of our cats who have been long-term residents, including Allie Cat, Missy, and Mai Tai. She made the long drive on December 7th.
This is really making a difference for us, you know that. I hope so. I hope it does. I hope these kitties who've been here a long time get their new homes really quickly.
Fort McMurray resident Kirsty Mardell also volunteered her precious time by driving 2 puppies and 2 dogs down to Edmonton from her city on the same day, Bumble, Bee, Pippi, and Gandalf. Once they had their spay-or-neuter surgeries and cleared behavior evaluations, the 4 were placed on our adoption floor to find their Edmonton area homes. Up in Fort McMurray, all 10 felines showed up on their adoption page just a couple of days after arriving up and were showcased quite well. This partnership is crucial to help relieve our pressure a bit, since we always have so many cats here, and helps them up north since they usually have few cats and a lot of dogs. Transfers are only possible thanks to our valued volunteers.
Don't go away. Still to come after this short break, a video sure to inspire you or someone you know to work at the Edmonton Humane Society. And we head to our shelter store bingos for the latest and trendy pet care items.
There are so many things that I love about Bo. My sister and I nicknamed him Mushy Mush because he literally just melts in your arms when you pick him up. Him and I are just a perfect match. We just love cuddling together. He still plays like a puppy. He has these little ways that he uses his paws that is so adorable, and his little tongue sticks out. He's to die for. He kills me. I remember the first time he entered my house, we just kind of sat there staring at each other for a second. And I was like, am I gonna be fun enough for you? I had never looked into adopting a dog before, so I didn't know what it would be like. But it was really pleasant, and it went really smooth. And they actually came out to my house just to look around and see and make sure that it was a healthy environment for the dog. And then, you know, that night they called me and they were like, okay, well, Bo's yours. They were just so kind and so great to work with. I always tell friends who are interested in getting pets that they should adopt. There's always a difference between an adopted pet and one that's not. There's a level of appreciation that your dog has when you adopt them. It's almost as if, and I truly believe that Bo knew that I saved him in some way, because there's a million animals that just need somebody to love them so much, and it just kills me that there's other Bos out there. Adopting Bo totally changed my life. My sister and I even have this joke, like, who rescued who? Truly, when he came into my life, he changed everything. Dogs have this way of when you're sad, they just know, and he just knows that perfect little nook to just curl up in when I have anxiety or I'm sad or anything. There's nothing more rewarding than building that relationship and seeing them day by day warm up to you. It's just such a beautiful connection. I just think that adoption is the only way to go. Visit theshelterpetproject.org for more information.
I like working at the Edmonton Humane Society because every day is different. You don't know what types of animals are going to come in the door. It's a really good thing to get a lot of hands-on experience with these animals, and right away if they come in the door and they need our help, we can go right into doing that. It's very interesting and it's very exciting, and knowing at the end of the day when I go home that I have helped 1 or 2 or 3 animals, it's a wonderful feeling.
I like working at the Edmonton Humane Society because I have fabulous coworkers, and I like seeing all the families that are completed every day. When the families come in and they start viewing all the animals, and then they find one that they fall in love with, and we get to see them through the entire process from the moment they come into the building to the moment they go home. And that's my favorite part of my job.
I really enjoy working here because you get to work with a variety of different dogs, and it's something I've always wanted to do. Nothing is more rewarding than getting to see a dog that comes in very fearful, work with it, have it make progress, and go out onto the adoption floor and find its new home. There's a lot of support here at the shelter, such as compassion fatigue training. Additionally, the staff themselves are all very supportive. Whenever you're having a rough day, there's someone always there for you.
What a good boy. He's a good boy. I like working with the Edmonton Humane Society because I get to help people with their companion animals. You really get to know the dogs in the daycare, you get to know their personalities, you get to help the ones that need to be, a little bit more outgoing. Sometimes they come in a little bit on the shy side and you see them blossom into this really friendly social dog. We have some really great clients. They appreciate everything we do for them, and it's great.
Every month we check in with our Shelter Store Bingo's Pet Shop to keep you connected and show you new trendy pet care items. Let's show you the cool new items showcased this month. So Nadine, what do we have new this month at Bingo's?
Well, I'm going to be showing, this is similar to the Halti or the Holt. There's been many changes to this product. The newest one is now called the OptiFit. It comes with a DVD to explain to the customers how to work the product. It is a really great way to figure out how to train your dog to stop pulling.
Nice. What else do you have?
We got this really cool first aid dog kit. It actually has the instructions and everything to do first aid on a dog. It's one of the best ones I found out on the market, and I do recommend taking our first aid course here at the shelter and then purchasing this after, so you got the products you need.
Very nice. That's very handy for people to have.
We got this really cool suction cup. I got lots of people constantly coming in asking for proper covers for cans because there's so many different kinds of cans. So we got this new one. It can fit any can, and as long as you put it on right, it does every size can you can think of, not a worry.
Very cool, very cool.
A lot of people don't realize, but we do carry urns. We carry different sizes, different kinds. This is just a small sampling, so they vary in price, so definitely stop by and take a look at what we have, absolutely. We also, again, are still carrying our DNA kits, and for people who do the test and want to share the results with us here, they can definitely contact me and I can get them in contact with our communications person, and we can put it on our website. And I just want to remind people that we're doing the Guess the Breed every Tuesday, and we just want to get more people involved in that. So still remember, pick up this here at Bingo's.
All proceeds go back to the shelter, correct?
Absolutely. Everything made here at Bingo's goes directly back into the shelter operations.
Awesome. Thank you, Nadine. So we're at the end of our January 2014 show. A reminder to please think of our shelter animals and donate however you can. Being a nonprofit charitable organization, we greatly depend on donor support to care for about 13,000 homeless animals each year. Please just visit our website for information on how you can donate, and thanks for all of you who support us. Thanks so much to CatchCan for sponsoring the show. CatchCan systems facilitate protecting lives and the environment. Thanks to Evan Adnams for his technical directing time and labor to bring this show to you, and for Shaw TV for airing our show on their station at no cost. The only news magazine show produced by and for an animal shelter. See you next time. Take care, and please keep tabs on us via our website and on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
Bosco, Bobby, Rocky, these are the boys. This is our family. Well, Bosco's age was, I think, something that kept people from adopting him. You know, it's not his age, it's what the life he's got left in him, and he has so much to live for. Bobby's personality, he kind of thinks he's Mr. Big Stuff, you know, small dog, big attitude, thinks he can take on every dog in the neighborhood. Rocky here, one of his favorite things to do is dance. Dinner time, he goes Disco Dan on us. Going to a shelter today is really a nice experience. Often you can find people who behavior tested the animals. They let you know about their personality. If you have a very busy lifestyle, you like to run and jog, or if you like, you know, laid back couch potatoes, they'll match you up with a dog like that.
Well, it's not always about you.
It's about them, saving them and helping them. I like seeing an animal happy. Something so small as adopting an animal can bring such joy into your home. The nice thing about the Shelter Pet Project is anybody anywhere can search for an animal at the website. You can search by zip code, by shelter. There's tall animals, short animals, big, small, different colors, different breeds. There's a shelter pet for you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org for more information.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Abandoned and lost. From the dark, cold streets of the city to a cage in the local shelter, to heaven, your lap.